I'm 22 years old, and I made the biggest mistake of my life. I cheated on my boyfriend, and I don't know how to fix things. We had been together for 2 years, and for the most part, I thought he was the love of my life. But lately, things felt like they had become stagnant. Our relationship lost its spark. We still went on dates. He bought me nice things, but I stopped feeling special. I tried talking to him about it, hoping it would get better, but nothing really changed. One night, my friends and I went out. I was having fun, and we were dancing when a group of guys joined us. I was a bit flustered, but I didn't let anyone get too close to me. Eventually, we took a break, and one of the guys started talking to me. He was nice and cute, and I gave him a fake number when he asked for it. I just didn't want him to keep pushing, but then another guy approached me. We ended up talking about relationships, and he told me that his ex wasn't exciting anymore, that everything had become routine. I admitted that I felt the same way, and we connected over it. I should have stopped there, but I didn't. We kept talking, and he gave me his number. I texted him on the ride home, told my friends I was going to take an Uber back, but instead, I went to his place. We talked more, kissed, and ended up sleeping together. I couldn't believe what I had done. I stayed the night, and when I woke up the next morning, panic set in. My boyfriend had been texting and calling me, but I didn't answer. I lied and said I had fallen asleep at a friend's house, but when I came home, I couldn't lie to him any longer. He already knew what happened. My friend had told him, and when he confronted me, he showed me my texts, proving everything. I denied it at first, but then I broke down, crying, realizing the mistake I'd made. He was devastated, and all he said was, "Get out." I wanted him to hold me, but he wouldn't. He said he was done. I didn't know what to do. He even mentioned calling the police. I haven't been able to eat or sleep since then. I've been a wreck, regretting my actions, and now I don't know how to make it right. It's been a few days, and I've been trying to figure out how to get him back. But then, when I went back to our apartment, everything was gone. All his stuff, everything that was part of our life together, gone. The place was empty, cold, and lifeless. Even my laptop was gone. I was in shock. He had erased himself from our life, just like he had erased me. I panicked and called him from a different number, and he told me he was done, that he had moved out and wasn't coming back. He's refusing to give me back my laptop, saying it's legally his because it's in his name. But I need my files, my memories, and everything on it. It feels like he's completely shut me out, and I don't know what to do now. Shouldn't I be notified if he's breaking the lease? It's all so confusing, and I feel lost. I don't know how to fix this, or if there's even a chance to salvage our relationship. Please, if anyone has any advice or has been through something like this, I need help. It's difficult to feel much sympathy for your situation, given the circumstances. You cheated on your boyfriend, and tried to cover it up, and now you're facing the aftermath of your actions. While it might feel harsh, your ex's response is entirely understandable. The pain caused by betrayal of trust is profound, and your actions have shattered that trust in your relationship. What your ex did, taking everything he had brought into the apartment, might not be entirely legal, but it's clearly a message that he's done. It's his way of erasing the relationship, including the physical reminders. The laptop issue might require legal consultation, but that's not your immediate priority right now. The bigger picture is that you've made a significant mistake, and you need to take responsibility for it. Instead of focusing on getting him back right away, reflect on what you did and learn from it. Self-growth is essential, and you'll only be able to offer a healthy relationship in the future if you can demonstrate real change. Take this time to work on becoming a better person first, before seeking another relationship. Honestly, I can't blame your boyfriend for his actions. Cheating is a profound betrayal, and sometimes the response is as extreme as the hurt. The physical items he took are his belongings, and he's well within his rights to remove them. Your entitlement is misplaced. Acknowledge your mistakes and move forward. I met my husband in 2000, and together, we built a life. We married in 2005, and in 2010, We had our son. It should have been a time of joy, but somewhere along the way, I lost sight of our love. I let myself get caught up in what I thought was just a friendship with a colleague. He was someone I had known for a while, and we began talking and sharing stories. Over time, the connection deepened, but I didn't realize how far it had gone until it was too late. When my husband confronted me, I could no longer deny what I had done. I had betrayed him in our marriage in the most painful way possible, and the guilt consumed me. I confessed everything, including a one-night mistake from years ago. I had carried that secret for so long, and finally letting it out felt like a terrible weight was lifted off my shoulders. We decided to seek therapy, both individually and as a couple, to try and salvage what was left of our relationship. There was still love between us, but it was buried under layers of pain, mistrust, and resentment. One of the hardest decisions I had to make was whether or not to tell the other man's wife. It seemed like the right thing to do, but I was terrified of the consequences, both for his career and mine. In the end, I decided against it because I didn't want to destroy another marriage. Rebuilding trust has been an uphill battle. My husband had every reason to doubt me, and I knew that if I wanted to keep our family together, I had to prove my commitment to him. Our young child made everything even more complicated. We tried to shield him from our issues, but I couldn't help worrying about the impact all of this might have on him. I decided not to confide in our friends or family. I didn't want my personal mistakes to define me in their eyes. However, my husband has confided in his best friend, and now he looks at me like I'm dirt. I've learned my lesson, and I don't want to face further consequences. My greatest fear is that my child will grow up one day and learn what I did. I can't bear the thought of seeing his innocent eyes, full of love and admiration, turn to contempt. I'm not saying that I don't deserve that contempt, because in a way I do. But as parents, our first responsibility is to protect our child emotionally and physically. If my husband refuses to resolve our issues privately and instead seeks public support, I'm unsure of what to do next. Please, I need your advice. Thank you. Choosing whether or not to confide in friends and family is deeply personal, but the consequences of your actions are far-reaching. It's clear that your marital issues are not just affecting your relationship, but also your child's well-being. You need to seriously consider the long-term emotional health of your child and how the situation might shape their future. Your child will likely find out about your betrayal eventually. This is unavoidable. While it's understandable that you didn't want to reveal everything, especially the affair with the other man, this situation could eventually come to light. Perhaps if you had thought about the repercussions for your family earlier, you might have made a different choice. Your relationship, and more importantly, your child's stability, depend on honesty and openness. It's crucial to work on rebuilding trust and transparency, not only with your husband but with yourself. Acknowledge the damage you've done, and take proactive steps to heal. Your child's emotional health will be affected, whether you like it or not, but the way you choose to handle this moving forward will determine the future.